Tragedy! A terrible truth! Oh no! Oh, what have you done, Spider? Our friend! He's everywhere! Oh! Where did he go? We have to tell them what happened.
Poor Humpty.
Poor Humpty, everyone! It appears he's taken a great fall. But anywho, allow us to introduce ourselves. Hello!
Hello!
For the safety of the performers as well as courtesy to the audience members, please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices at this time.
The exits are located here,
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 there,
and there.
sometimes over here, but not mainly.
In case of emergency, please follow the directions provided
Thank you.
and enjoy the show.
It's best we tell them about Humpty Dumpty first.
Let us begin with Humpty Dumpty.
Let us begin. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Oh, not even super glue works, Spider.
Let's find out what happened to him.
Something.
So what do we got here? Looks like a suicide. Where's the body?
You mean what's left of it? It's being taken to the morgue. The coroner should be doing an autopsy later today.
Well, where's the chalk outline showing where the placement of the body was?
Here, 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 and here.
Is there a description of the victim?
We found a driver's license on the body. Apparently not. Oh, here it is. Here's his picture.
I've never seen anybody so bald or pale. And whew, he's really out of shape. He's almost as round as he is tall. And his name is
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yep.
So why are we treating this one as a suicide?
Well, witnesses say Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Why was he up there? Was he depressed? Having a terrible autumn?
Actually, friends of him say he had a great fall.
Well, who are the witnesses?
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
Horses, huh? I don't think their testimony counts in court.
True, but they are the main witnesses.
You know, I hate it when you do that.
Oh yeah,
And yet, you continue to punt.
I am the Punisher.
So, you've got Humpty Dumpty falling off a wall.
Yep.
But there's one problem.
What's that?
Take a look at his picture again. You see those skinny arms and skinny legs?
Yeah.
How could Humpty Dumpty manage to climb all the way up that wall?
So, what you're saying is that it's not a suicide, but
That's
that
right. This is an egicide.
In the nursery rhyme justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the detectives who investigate crime and the magistrates who prosecute the offenders. These are their rhymes.
So, are any of the witnesses still here?
We have one of the horses,
Let's talk to her. Maybe she can give us a lead.
or she might just stir up trouble.
Excuse me, ma'am? We understand that you were here at the scene of the accident. At about what time did it occur?
.307. I see.
Did you see Humpty Dumpty sit on the wall?
Nay,
Did you see Humpty Dumpty fall?
nay.
This is ridiculous. We won't get any information this way. She's not talking.
Detective, you have to give her a break. She has a little trouble talking.
Why is that?
She's a little horse.
Oh, God.
Let me try and talk to her. So, in your own words, can you tell us what happened here?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It was terrible. It was horrible. It was atrocious.
Whoa. Slow down. Let's rein it in here for a second.
We were in the stable around the corner. The king's men were tying on our feed bags when all of a sudden we heard this gargantuous splat. I ran out and looked over and it was awful. We all ran out to see if we could help.
Well, what did you do to help?
Naturally, all the king's horses and all the king's men tried to put Humpty back together again.
And what stopped you from doing just that?
Well, for one, none of us made it through the 4 years of medical school, let alone 5 years of residency needed to perform organ replacement surgery.
Well, what else stopped you?
No hands.
There's that.
So, did you know Mr. Dumpty?
Nobody really knew him. He didn't have many friends. He was pretty obnoxious.
Bad egg, huh?
Do you happen to know where Humpty lived?
I know he was renting out a room from the old woman who lived in a shoe.
Huh. Do you happen to know his apartment number?
No, but I know he was renting out the ground floor.
So, he was the sole occupant?
Well, if that's all, I'd better get going.
Thanks, ma'am. We won't keep you. What do you do here in town, in case we need to contact you again?
This horse holds a very important position. She's the town mayor.
You deal with this every day?
That's why they took away my gun.
Oh, Spider, but as I was... Where's he gone? Oh, that's right, vacation, Bermuda. Beautiful place. Much better than old Clinton County right now, wouldn't you say? Where were we? Do you all remember the old woman who lived in a shoe? I certainly do. That she had so many children, she did not know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then whipped them all soundly and sent them off to bed. Oh, sounds like my household at night. Time for a little boy blue. Now, little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, and the cow's in the corn. But where's the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. Will you wake him? No, not I, for if I do, he will surely cry. Responsibility, little ones, is having that responsibility. Let's continue, audience, let's continue.
Are you the old woman?
I heard you, the charmer.
Are you the old woman who lived in a shoe?
Who's asking?
I'm Detective Green, NRU.
No, you have me confused with somebody else. I'm not the old woman who lived in a Birkenstock.
You know, that's very interesting, coming from a woman living in a very shoe-like building.
Well, you have me confused with somebody else. I'm the only woman who lived in a Birkenstock.
Birkenstock?
Yeah.
Aren't Birkenstock sandals?
I have done some remodeling lately.
Young woman,
Hey, you got a problem with that?
Look, ma'am, we'd just like to ask you some questions.
You're not from Child Protective Services, are you?
No?
Or Housing Code Enforcement?
No?
Or the Department of Homeland Security?
No, ma'am. I'm from the NRU. We're investigating a murder.
A murder?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's all. Come on in. Can I get you gentlemen anything? Coffee, tea, broth without any bread?
No thanks, ma'am. We're here on duty. So, did you... Oh, are these your children?
Yes, that's Mary and Larry.
Mary and Larry. Well, they're awfully cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
Anyways, did you have a renter here by the name of Humpty Dumpty?
What do you mean, did?
his body was found near the wall. It was a terrible scene.
Did he rent from you?
I guess you could say that. He was always behind on his rent. He couldn't hold a job.
So you're saying he really had to scramble for work?
And you are?
This is my partner, the punished sir.
Oh, I see.
So, Mr. Oh, Mary and Larry?
That's Mary and Larry.
Who is it then?
That's Carrie and Barry.
Carrie and Barry. Well, they're awfully cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
So, this Humpty Dumpty was more of a loner, not many friends.
He had one person meet him regularly, about once a week.
What was their name?
I never caught her name.
Can you at least describe her?
She was gorgeous, stunning really. Arms like an angel, long and elegant neck, but a little too much eyeshadow.
That sounds like Swan to me, Detective.
Does the name Beautiful Swan ring a bell?
Not that I can remember.
Her name used to be Ugly Duckling before she legally changed it.
Oh, Ugly Duckling, of course. Humpty talked to her all the time on the phone. I never connected the name Ugly Beautiful Swan with the vision of loveliness who came falling at the shoe.
One wouldn't think someone so fair could be named so foul.
So, what? Oh, Carrie and Barry?
That's not Carrie and Barry.
Mary and Larry?
No,
Who is it then?
that's Jerry and Barry.
Jerry and Perry. Well, they're awfully cute. So, when Mrs. Swan came to pick Humpty up, where did they usually go?
They had this meeting they went to regularly. Some kind of support group, I guess.
Support group. Do you happen to know the name of it?
Love, optimism, self-respect, support.
Losers?
Yeah, it was some kind of support group for people with low self-esteem.
Now, oh, Larry and Carrie?
That's not Larry and Carrie.
Larry and Sherry?
No,
Harry and Mary?
no, that's Sherry and Harry.
Sherry and Harry? Oh, they're awfully cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
So, do you know where the support group met?
No, but Humpty did give me the number just in case I needed to call him. I'll go get it for you.
Thanks. Now, did Mr. Dumpty and Miss Swan have a romantic relationship?
I believe they did at one time, but just recently Swan broke it off. Something about having to find herself.
So, Humpty got Dumpty?
That's why they took away my billy club. Thank you.
Mary and Larry?
No, that's not Mary and Larry.
Gary and Mary?
No,
Jerry and Perry?
no,
Who is it?
that's Terry and Engelbert.
Terry and Engelbert?
Yeah.
Wow, you are an old woman.
And I live in a shoe.
You have so many children.
I don't know what to do.
Thank you for your time, ma'am. Here is our card. In case you have any more information regarding our case.
What? No pie in your face? This is ridiculous. This is preposterous. This is...
The old woman never fails to give us a laugh with her naughty children. Oh, Spider!
Dragon!
Where did you go?
Bermuda, I love you.
Did you find Amelia Earhart finally?
No, no luck.
Too soon? Anywho, let's continue.
What's next?
Well, these old people, I'm not quite sure. You know, first there's one thing, and then there's another. I'm so confused.
I think it's Jack be nimble.
Jack be nimble, of course! Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick.
Jack jumped high, Jack jumped low. Jack jumped over and burned his toe.
My dear athletic fellow had a trip to the ER after that. That's going to take quite a while.
Poor Jack.
Oh, poor Jack.
Next, Mary. Remember Mary?
She had that little lamb.
Its fleece was white as snow.
And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
It followed her to school one day.
Which was against the rule.
It made the children laugh and play.
To see a lamb at school.
And so the teacher turned it out.
But still it lingered near.
And waited patiently about.
Till Mary did appear. Laughable, Spider. Livestock in school. Oh,
Yes.
oh my.
With that new safety.
Next thing you know, we'll have to root culture there.
no.
Oh no.
Come on, everyone. Let's begin. Now, Georgie, we've talked about this. If you sit next to the girls and start kissing them, you're going to make them cry.
That and the fact that I've got a restraining order against you. Remember, you gotta keep 10 feet away from me at all times, Mr. George before you put in your pie.
Puddin' pie? Really? That's your last name?
Yes, sir.
Puddin' pie. What kind of last name is that?
Dutch. Dutch apple specifically.
All right, well, who'd like to begin this evening? Jack be nimble. Great. You're showing improvements in your self-esteem. How about you tell the class something you've accomplished this week?
Okay. So, I set my candlestick in the middle of the floor, and then I did some stretches. and some Pilates. Nothing worse than a pulled hamstring, if you know what I mean. Then I do a few approaches. 3 is best. And on the 3rd, I chalk out my step. Then, in an easy arc, I'm nimble and quick, and I jump over the candlestick. And I did it without the benefit of performance-enhancing drugs, I might add.
Really? That's it? Candlestick's like 4 or 5 inches tall.
Georgie, positive and supportive comments only. What's our rule?
Don't be a party pooper. Tell everyone they're super duper.
That's right.
Jeez, Jack. What I meant to say was, I'm sure there's a spot for you on the Olympic candle jumping team.
That's right. And the candle was lit.
Whoa! On like fire with flames, like an inch high? Did you have to get treated for 3rd-degree burns?
Don't listen to him, Jack. I think what you did proves that Jack be nimble and Jack be quick.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. What are you, a rap star or something?
Thanks for sharing. So, I see we have a new person with us today. And you are?
I'm Blue.
Welcome to the club. This is Losers after all.
You know I hate that acronym, Mary.
Hey, it beats the old name of our group. We really expect terrific, cheerful, happy endings daily. Come on, Blue Boy. Can't you figure it out? We really expect terrific, cheerful, happy endings daily.
Wretched?
You got it.
Okay, so I'm terrible at picking up group names. Let's just get to know our new guy, shall we? So tell us, why are you blue?
It was my father's name.
Excuse me?
I'm Little Boy Blue.
That's a weird last name.
Says Mr. Puddin' and Pie.
So, why are you blue?
I'm depressed.
Oh. So, why are you depressed?
I was fired from my job.
Hey, don't talk to me about unemployment. Have you searched the wanted ads lately? There's nothing in there for candlestick jumpers.
So, what was your job, Mr. Blue?
I worked in stocks.
An investment broker?
Shepherd.
A shepherd? Really?
We'll get to your particulars later, Bo Peep. So, if you don't mind me asking, Mr. Blue.
You can call me Boy.
Finally, Amanda knows his maturity level. Can I call you Little Boy?
No. Boy will do.
Yeah, so, Boy. If you don't mind me asking, why were you fired?
Negligence.
Negligence?
Well, you see, the sheep was in the meadow and the cow was in the corn.
Did you blow your horn?
Yeah, you are the one who looks after the sheep.
Well, I was under the haycock, fast asleep.
Did you wake him?
No, not I.
For if you do, he'll be sure to cry.
Yeah, that's basically it.
We sure do have a lot of crybabies in this group.
No. I kiss the girls and make them cry.
And that's so much better.
Georgie, Swan. Mary, how's your week?
I still feel like I'm being followed.
Hey, this sounds interesting.
It's not. It's creepy. There's this lamb, and its fleece is as wet as snow. Whenever I went this week, it was sure to go.
Shades of imagining things.
No, it followed me to school one day.
Are they allowed to do that?
No, but it made the children laugh and play to see the lamb at school.
Did you blow a horn to try and scare it away?
And so, the teacher turned it out, but still lingered near, and waited patiently until I soon did reappear.
Why does the lamb love Mary so?
Well, I think Mary loves the lamb, so this should make her feel really good. It's a reflection of her inner work, really.
What's that say about me, Doctor? I've lost my sheep and can't help but find them.
Well, little Bo Peep, if you leave the lambs alone, they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them.
No, you've been saying that for 3 years now. At night, I lay awake counting my sheep, but then I fall asleep and dream that they are bleeding. But then I wake to find it a joke, for they are still fleeting. If they loved me so much, they'd be following me to school like Mary over here. Maybe I just don't love them enough. Maybe they just don't know how much I love them.
Or maybe you don't love them at all.
That's not true, Georgie. I'm getting my cook and I'm determined to find them. You, Blue Boy.
That's Little Boy Blue.
Whatever, little boy. You're a shepherd out of work, right?
Well, actually, I was hoping to collect some unemployment, travel a little, find myself.
Well, while you're finding yourself, you can help me find my sheep.
All right.
And while we're at it, we're staying away from haycocks, whatever those are. Don't need you falling asleep on the job.
Excellent, little Bo Peep, you're not just sitting around anymore. You're taking matters into your own hands. We'll see you next week, Bo Peep. Have fun, Boy Blue. So, Swan, where's Humpty this evening?
I'm sorry, Dr. Foster, Buster, Detective Green, NRU. Pleased to meet you, but I'm afraid I have some terrible news.
Oh?
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a little accident.
But he's making such great progress in our group.
What are you saying?
It was a terrible scene. We're very sorry.
Well, given all that's occurred this evening, I think it's best that we adjourn, and I'll see all of you next week.
Miss Swan, we understand that you were a friend of Mr. Dumpty's.
He was feeling very fragile this week.
But you wouldn't say he was close to cracking up, would you?
No, he was just feeling a bit mixed up, but better than I've seen him in a long time.
Starting to look at the sunny side of things. This won't go over easy, Miss Swan. We suspect foul play.
Are you saying his fall was no accident?
We're afraid not. Miss Swan, can you think of anyone who may have wanted to hurt Mr. Dumpty?
No one besides the bullies who rolled him for his lunch money on the playground. You see, it's hard being the fat kid or the ugly kid. I was made fun of as a child, too.
Yeah, but he was making such great progress in our group.
Miss Swan, can you think of anyone, maybe more recently, who may have had it out for Mr. Dumpty?
No, I can't.
We're looking for a hard-boiled kind of character. Do you have to deal with this every day?
That's why they took away my taser.
I'm sorry I can help you more, Detective.
Thanks. We won't keep you. But here, take my card in case you think of anything that could help in our investigation.
Thank you, Detective.
We'll contact you if we find out any useful information. Come on, Swan. I'll drive you home. Did you notice anything unusual, Detective?
What do you mean?
Well, for being Humpty's only close friend, Miss Swan didn't seem too upset by the news.
Sometimes the shock has to set in.
I don't know.
You suspect Swan? There's no way.
Why not?
Deductive reasoning. She's not a nursery rhyme character.
Ugly duckling, beautiful swan. Yeah, she is.
No, she isn't.
Oh yeah, she is.
Okay, then what's her rhyme?
Well, Mr. Smarty, it's hickory dickory duck.
That's hickory dickory dock.
Well, diddle diddle duckling.
Diddle diddle dumpling.
Okay. Little Miss Duck is sat on her bucket.
Try Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet.
Okay, now I know you're lying. No such thing as a tuffet.
A tuffet? Yes, there is. Don't even get me started on curds and whey.
Huh. Really, tuffet?
Beautiful Swan comes from a book by Hans Christian Andersen. And I don't even think Andersen was related to Mother Goose.
Finally, I'm out. Oh, it's like a cave in there. Oh, the loser support group. Oh, poor beans.
What a bad group of people.
Oh, just the worst of the nursery rhyme tales. Oh,
They need help.
it appears they might need some help real quick. Do you mind holding this? Okay, quick,
course,
Spider. Sometimes we all forget, audience. Sometimes we might all forget. Let me just grab this. Oh my.
We have that of wee
Sometimes, everybody, we all make mistakes. So let's not scrutinize us, will we? Oh, thank you, thank you. Let me just put this back here for Oh, I forgot the curtains. There we are. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Don't want to trip on that. That would be another disaster. I certainly am, Spider. Wee Willie Winky. Now, here's an uncommon one, but let us tell. Wee Willie Winky runs to the town,
Upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown.
tapping at the window.
And crying through the lock.
Are all the children in their beds?
It's past 8 o'clock.
God forbid they're not. Georgie Porgy
Georgie Porgy put it in pie.
kissed the girls and made them cry.
When the boys came out to play,
Georgie Porgy ran away. It sounds like my love life, Spider.
it's a sad predicament.
Too beautiful for my own good.
No problem, Dragon.
I'll say. Little Bear Peep,
Little Bo Peep lost a sheep.
and can't tell where to find them.
Leave them alone,
They'll come on home.
wagging their tails behind them.
Little Bear Peep,
Fell fast asleep.
and dreamt she heard them bleating.
But when she awoke,
She found it but a joke.
for they were still a-fleeting.
Oh, silly, silly sheep. Oh, what is it with the recurrent theme of livestock in this play? Oh, my.
Must be that of
It's about
Chazy.
nursery rhymes. It must be Chazy.
Not one clue so far. We're gonna have to work extra hard to solve this one.
Look, Punish, I think you better cool it with the puns around the corner. She has a lot of sharp objects. I wonder what she's found so far.
Oh, Detective, glad you and your partner made it so soon. I have something to show you.
Come on, I thought you were done. I don't have much of a stomach for this.
Come on, be a man.
You'll need to put these on.
What are these for?
Hello, giant egg. Do you want to get salmonella?
Okay, now what?
You'll have to put these on too.
What for?
Regulations, health inspections, you know.
All right, you ready?
No, you have to put these on too. You can give me your hands.
All right.
And these. If you hand me that whisk, we can get started.
So,
Whisk.
what? Oh, whisk. So, what have you found so far?
Well, I examined the outer body. I had to be very careful.
So what you're saying is you had to walk on eggshells?
I've heard about you. You're the new guy, right? The Punisher?
That's me. See, my reputation precedes me.
Indeed, it does. The word of the department is you already have 15 Eighth Amendment violations filed against you.
Eighth Amendment.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh,
Anyway, the victim died of severe trauma to the head, chest, and pelvis.
All three?
Well, with this victim, the head, chest, and pelvis are all one and the same.
Well, can you tell us anything else?
Well, the interesting part is, if you look in here,
ew.
it's all white.
Oh, white. That's funny. Where's the yellow?
Funny. Why is that funny? I don't get the yolk.
Make that 16.
So, there was no yolk? Do you think the perpetrator had something against cholesterol?
That, or he was making a meringue for a massive lemon pie.
Why's that?
Because not only is the yolk removed, but the white is fluffy.
So, he was beaten, and then he was whipped?
17. Can you hand me the 17?
So, the murderer was either a health nut or someone who really likes pie.
Or both.
What else can you tell us?
Humpty Dumpty had a tattoo.
Tattoo? What was it?
It just said grade A large.
Grade A large? Coming from someone who's known to be self-conscious, that's pretty conceited.
I suspected all along. Susan, egomaniac.
18.
Well, this is the weirdest part. Humpty Dumpty had traces of food coloring on his body, and the carton he was brought in on had an expiration date.
So, he was dyed when he died?
You deal with this every day.
That's why they took away my billy club.
Well, that's all I have for you. Care for an omelet?
Yes, I do.
Hey, that's not...
Oh. No, this isn't Humpty Dumpty. I just haven't had breakfast yet. Just some forensic humor for you.
Don't mind if I do. Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, it's good for you too. High in protein and no cholesterol.
Ah, the wonders of baking. Have to love it. Have to love it. What is your favorite treat, Spider? Bugs. Bugs? You like bugs? Oh, looks like our past might need this. This could be another disaster. Oh my. This is my fault. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Now, where were we?
That's the crooked man.
The crooked man!
Maybe he's the culprit.
Maybe I never liked him.
He's crooked.
He's diagonal.
There was a crooked man.
And he went to Crooked Mall.
He found a crooked sixpence.
Beside a crooked stile.
He bought a crooked cat.
Which caught a crooked little mouse.
And they'll live together.
In a little crooked house. Not the way you want to be living your life.
Happily ever after for them.
No, not for him, not for him. Now, Jack Sprat, he was the athletic fellow.
He could eat no fat.
His wife could eat no lean.
So, between them both, you see.
They lick the platter clean. My, one's buying a gym membership one day and the other's going to Hamptons every day next.
True love, true love.
True love, opposites attract, Spider. Opposites attract.
So, what are we doing here, Detective?
I'm just running off an instinct. The coroner said that the perpetrator was either a health nut or someone who really likes pie. And from what I've heard, Jack Sprat could eat no fat.
And his wife could eat no lean.
So Jack would be the one who cares about cholesterol.
And his wife, she'd be the one who would eat a giant lemon meringue pie.
I think this is the place.
Yeah? What do you want?
Mrs. Sprat, we'd like to ask your husband a few questions.
Jack? Where are you going with Jack?
We just need to ask you a few questions. Here.
Come on in, we got nothing to hide. Whoa! You must be Mrs. Sprat. Why do you say that? Well, Jack Sprat's wife, she may eat no lean. And I'm gonna guess that lean cuisine isn't on your menu. I never eat frozen dinners. Yeah. Are you guys gonna come in or stand there with dumb looks on your faces?
Right. Just lead the way.
Can I get you gentlemen anything to eat? Donuts, pork rinds, lard?
Lard?
I just spread it over a couple pieces of Wonder Bread. Or eat it straight out of the can. That'll stick to your lips.
And the walls of your arteries.
That explains why Mrs. Spratt isn't very tall. Crisco's shortening.
So, is your husband around?
Jack is indisposed.
Indisposed?
He's running.
Running? Running where?
In the shower. He's so skinny, he needs to run around to get wet. When he gets mail, it says return to slender. During a thunderstorm, he can stay dry by standing underneath a clothesline. His favorite song is Lean On Me. When he sticks out his tongue and turns sideways, he looks like a zipper. We make a good magician.
This is
sleight
If
of
you could just get your husband.
Jack, get in here. These two flatfoots want to ask you some questions.
Yes, gentlemen.
Mr. Spratt, where were you on the night of October 13th?
I was doing some baking.
Would that baking involve pies, perhaps?
Why, yes, but I don't see...
Because a Mr. Humpty Dumpty was found beaten and whipped on October 13th, and you need to break a few eggs to a lump of pies, don't you, Mr. Jack Spratt? If that is, in fact, your real name.
But...
Give me no buts, Mr. Eggcracker. Murder in this case was a half-boiled idea.
But...
You heard me, Mr. Pastry Chef. Are you going to talk, or shall I continue to pun?
Wait a minute. Come here.
What now?
What's the big idea?
I was on the verge of getting to.
But it's my turn to be the bad cop. You're always the bad cop.
It's my turn to be bad cop. Besides, I'm a natural as a bad cop. I'm the Punisher.
No, it's my turn. I'm sick of saying, there, and offering them coffee or loosening them up with thumb screws. Besides, you're always the bad cop.
It's my turn to be bad cop. Mine. All right, let's do this. Yeah! So, Jack, you're gonna talk, or shall I continue to pun?
Hey, I don't mind rights.
What has gotten into you two? You two are nursery rhyme characters.
Hey, cool and punish. It'll take a minute. There, Jack. I know just how you feel. Can I maybe get you some coffee? Loosen up those thumb screws?
Thumb screws?
Oh, sorry. Must have got a little ahead of myself there.
Look, I know what you two are up to. So, if you don't have any evidence to arrest me, you two can just leave.
Why don't you slow down there, Jack? Let's think extra hard here for a moment. Are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell us?
And hey, what's that? Some egg white on your dress?
So, what of it? I eat a lot of omelets. I'll keep up my strength. Yeah, I'm willing to bet you that the egg white on your apron matches that of Humpty Dumpty. We have a picture from a witness who has Mr. Jack Spratt here whipping up an egg white. We're gonna call it Exhibit A.
Stop the punning. I'll talk, I tell you, I'll talk.
Don't say another word. We know our rights. We want a lawyer.
I don't know what you two are thinking. You two are nursery rhyme characters. We expected better of you. You should set a better example. Now, you'll get exactly what is coming to you.
You put up with this every day?
That's why they took away my pit bull. Mr. and Mrs. Spratt, you're arrested for suspected murder of Humpty Dumpty. Anything you do or say can and will be used against you in the state of law. You have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Oh my, what a plot twist, everyone! What a plot twist! Who would have guessed? Oh, they were so perfect. Model members of the community. Who would have thought? Oh. But as we near the end, we must tell you some more. Now, Simple Simon,
Met a pieman,
going to the fair.
says Simple Simon to the pieman,
Let me taste your ware.
says the pieman to Simple Simon,
Show me first your penny.
says Simple Simon to the pieman,
Indeed, I have not any. Spider, I've just remembered I have to go. An appointment. I'm late. Oh, it's to check my fire breath. Oh, it's running low. Spider, hug. Hug, Spider! Don't wrap a web around me, my friend. Goodbye, everybody! Enjoy the festival!
See you soon. And so we conclude with the story of Old Mother Goose. Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, would ride through the air on a very fine gondola. Jack's mother came in and caught the goose soon, and mounting its back, flew up to the moon. Now let's find out who the real killer was.
All rise. All rise. All rise. The People versus Jack Sprat, Part 32. The Honorable Judge Mental is presiding. Court is now in session.
Prosecution, you may call your first witness.
The people call Simple Simon.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I did dig that hole in the garden.
What?
That's the whole truth.
No, I meant the whole truth, like not leaving anything out.
Oh, well, yeah. And I did dig that hole in the garden. But it's a good hole.
You may proceed.
Now, Simple Simon, you met a pie man?
While I was at the fair,
What did you say to the pie man?
let me taste your wares.
And what did the pie man say to you?
He said, let me see your penny. But I hadn't any.
You hadn't any penny?
I've never had any since.
Objection.
Yes.
1, this testimony is going nowhere. 2, pennies and cents is an obvious pun, and those lines belong solely to the Punisher. And 3, this witness is mental.
Mental? As in someone not conforming to the thought processes of the dominant culture?
What I meant,
Or by mental, did you mean somebody who is such a deep thinker that he's not appreciated by the materialist pragmatic bourgeois?
what I meant,
Or by mental, did you mean somebody who was stupid?
what I meant, Judge.
That's judgmental to you.
Oh yeah, right. I withdraw my objection.
Your objection is withdrawn, overruled, and hanged by the neck until dead. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sergeant, Mr. Simon, you may continue your testimony.
Where was I?
Oh, no sense.
Now, Simple Simon, is the pie man in this room?
Yeah, he's right over there.
Order.
Let it be noted that the witness pointed to the defendant, Jack Sprat. Now, Simple Simon, what did you do when the pie man wouldn't let you taste his wares?
I followed him back to his house.
And what did you see there?
I watched him making pies. He was using fresh lard in his crust.
Or fat?
Yes, or fat. And he was using fresh egg white in his meringue, maruga, that fluffy white stuff on top of the pies.
How did you know it was fresh egg whites?
Well, he was beating an egg out of a giant egg shell. And I took a picture.
Enough of the gas. It's getting annoying.
Is this the picture?
Yeah!
This photo was filed as Exhibit A. I have no further questions for this witness.
Defense, witness, watch yourself.
So, Mr. Simon, is it?
Yeah.
You go by Simple?
Yes.
You go by other names also, is that true?
Well, in the schoolyard, the boys used to call me Simple Pimple, but my therapist tells me...
Aren't you also known as Peter the Pumpkin Eater, arrested for keeping your wife in a pumpkin shell?
Well,
Also known as Tom the Piper's son, arrested for being a peeping Tom and running around in your nightgown?
I mean...
As Wee Willie Winky, arrested for kidnapping.
There's a reasonable explanation.
Did the prosecution offer you immunity in exchange for your testimony today?
Well, it was only fair.
How did you just happen happen to have a camera when you're outside the Sprat's household?
I'm an amateur photographer.
Amateur? Isn't it true that as Wee Willie Winky, you were arrested for not only being a peeping Tom, but for extortion?
Well, I was only arrested, but I was never convicted.
Maybe you were never convicted because you have incriminating pictures of the judge presiding in this case.
Objection! Stage. Sure, ignore that last statement.
So, you have a criminal record, your testimony was bought, and you're outside of the Sprat's household to commit a felony. Did I miss anything?
I do dig a good hole.
Just as you have dug a hole for yourself just now. I guess the truth is not so simple. I'm done with this witness.
Mr. Simon, you may step down. Defense, you may call your first witness.
The defense calls Mr. Jack Sprat.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
So, Mr. Sprat, you heard the witness before you say he saw you beating fresh egg whites. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. There ain't no lie eating egg whites.
But he said he saw you beating them in a giant eggshell. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Grade A, large egg.
I'm warning you. One more gasp and it's a gap into the noggin.
Where did you get these giant eggshells?
From Mother Goose.
Mother Goose? The Mother Goose?
Yes.
Your Honor, Mother Goose is right outside. I suggest you go get her and bring her in for questioning.
Your Honor, this is most irregular. Indeed, this is most irregular.
Well, I could recall Simple Simon for more questioning.
Bailiff, go grab Mother Goose. Careful, she's got quite the Bailiff, did you have to grab her in the middle of traffic? We heard all the cars honking.
That was her doing the honking, Your Honor.
What's going on here? Mr. Jack Sprat is on trial for the murder of Humpty Dumpty. Murder of my son? And what the fuck do you think you're doing here, Judge?
Said the next person to gasp would get a gavel to the noggin. Perhaps that was too easy.
Darn to it. Is this the first that you've heard of the murder of Humpty Dumpty? Yes, it is. Wasn't that nasty Miss Sprat?
She never.
Why do you think it's Mrs. Sprat? She was always jealous of my son's figure. But she has an alibi for the night of the 13th. The 13th? You think my son was murdered on the 13th? Yes. That's impossible. He was fit as a fiddle at breakfast this morning.
Fine, gasp away, see if I hear.
What do you mean? He was found at the bottom of the wall.
That wasn't his body. That was his shell at the bottom of the wall.
What do you mean?
Humpty is my son, and he has been living with me for the past 5 years, since he graduated from college. He is quite smart.
I always knew he was an egghead.
One more outburst like that, and I'm going to hold you in contempt of court. In fact, with puns like that, I already hold you in contempt.
As I was saying, Humpty is my son, and he has been living with me for the past 5 years since he graduated college. But he never could quite gain his independence. Sure, he moved out for a while, but he was living in a shoe for goodness sake, and I was still packing his lunch and doing his laundry. That's why Beautiful Swan broke up with him. Now, when she did that, that was the last straw. And I'm not one for mixed marriages, but I thought she was the right bird for him, and I wanted grandchildren, so I pushed him out of the nest.
You pushed Humpty Dumpty out of the nest? You murdered your own son?
Murder? You think I've committed murder? How dare you accuse me of murder?
Calm down.
I will not calm down.
Now, Mrs. Goose, nobody's accusing you of murder.
Of course not. We already think that we have the murderer.
Nonsense. I've pushed him out of his comfortable shell, but I haven't murdered him. I'm meeting him for lunch today. Here he comes now.
You are, Mom. What's up? Now we're having lunch.
You all know Humpty. Goosey.
Humpty, you're still alive.
Yes, and now I'm independent. I have my own condo now. I just made my first down payment.
Hey, that was supposed to be my pot.
Yes, in fact, all puns belong solely to... Never mind.
Your Honor, seeing that the victim is alive and well, I suggest...
Yes, I agree. Mr. Sprat, you're free to go.
Just goes to show you, Detective,
What's that?
you can't count your victims before they're hatched.
You know what else, Punish?
What's that?
They may have taken away my gun, my billy club, my taser, my chainsaw, and even my pit bull. But you know what they haven't taken yet?
What's that?
My cattle prod. Let's see you jump over the moon.
Hey, little fiddle!
Dragon and spider. Scene 1. Scene 2. Scene 3. Scene 4. Scene 5. Scene 6.